You love these children, you know, absolutely, and I follow you on Instagram and Twitter, and the love is just pouring out of you. But it is hard when you get that diagnosis. I have a friend whose son has Asperger's, and she said you're shocked, and it's not what you want to
It is.
hear.
I think initially there's a huge sense of loss. But you just need to, you know, stay strong. Remember that these children were perfect to me before they got that diagnosis, and they're still perfect now. You know, they're doing absolutely amazing.
And I see you're getting a lot of support, aren't you, from other families that are
I've
ahead
had
of you in this
so many messages and so many thanking us for speaking out and talking about it. But it's probably helped me more than it's helped anybody else, because I did feel alone. I didn't know an awful lot about it. I've tried to research as much as I can. And the one thing that I do know is that, you know, there's no cure for autism, but we can help, we can raise awareness, and all our children and adults with autism need is understanding from other people.
Of course. And, you know, your love for your children, it stays the same, probably increases actually, but your job as a parent changes. You and Paddy, the two of you, things are different from here on in. In what way, from a day-to-day basis, it wasn't the way you planned? What way is it different, and what strain does that put on you?
We have to, you know, we tend to stay in a routine with the children. That works really well. We'll use pictures a lot to explain to them what we're doing day to day, to prepare them for any changes.
Did you or Paddy notice anything that you thought was a little bit different that was happening when they were growing up?
No, for us, it was, I think the main thing was the speech delay, but you know, we spoke to friends about it and family and our health visitor, and everybody would just say they're just twins. You know, they didn't go to nursery, you know, they're not mixing with other children. You know, they'll do it in their own time, don't worry. But they didn't speak until they were 3.
And in hindsight, now you've had that diagnosis and you're obviously learning a lot more about autism, are there things now that you say...
So many signs.
Like what kind of things? Just in case there are people watching saying, sometimes I wonder about my child.
So they both walk quite high up on the tippy toes. Again, we didn't know that was any different. We thought that was just
quite cute, you think?
Yeah, quite cute. And, you know, they were really struggling with socialising, with making any kind of eye contact. You know, obviously they didn't talk. They were scared by any change.
Noises, loud noises?
Noises, going to a shop, going to a play centre was not really an option, and we just always put it down to their personality. I thought we created these 2 big softies, and if they don't like busy places, that's fine, that's okay, that's their personality. And, you know, we didn't see it as being any kind of issue. We certainly didn't think it would be.
And was it your mum who noticed something first?
Yeah, my mum came to stay with us when the twins were around too, and she raised the fact that, you know, they weren't speaking as they should be, and again I just said to her, you know, don't worry yourself, they're fine. But it played on my mind, so we went to see a paediatrician, and this paediatrician spent an hour with them, and she said, they're absolutely fine, you're worrying about nothing. You know, come back in 6 months. And
I can see why you say you were angry, because in one way your fears are relieved and you think, oh, I thought it was something.
Totally
it's all,
put it to the back
it's
of
all
our
okay.
mind.
And then comes the confirmation of a diagnosis later.
It was a year and a half later, and actually looking back, I should be more upset with the first paediatrician, because the signs were really there, certainly for a paediatrician. She saw they were walking on the tiptoes, they weren't speaking. You know, she could see there was no eye contact, and she sort of, you know, told us, no, you've got nothing to worry about.
But you have got that diagnosis now, so life ahead. Obviously, you're informing yourself a lot, you're out here talking about it. That decision that you and Paddy make to go public, how difficult was that for you as a couple?
It was hard, and we were still getting our heads around it, and we wasn't sure what the right way, you know, to do it was. But it just seemed right on the 4th birthday. I was just reminiscing, thinking, you know, how much they've come on in the last 12 months. I was writing it down, and it just made a poem, and I thought that's a nice way for when the children grow up, they can read it and see that that's how we put it out.
And what about the relationship between the 2 of you? Has it put a strain on that? Is it hard?
Yeah, absolutely. We don't get any, you know, time to ourselves.
It's respite, isn't it? I mean, we know parents, you know, who have autistic children, and it's the constant attention and
It is, and because change really upsets them, you know, it's quite unusual for me to be
managing
sat here
their
and not
emotions,
him. Yeah, so he's been on duty today. I believe he's doing a really good job.
I just mentioned him just to assure Ruth that he is watching. There he is.
Cheers, Paddy.
Okay.
Lovely, nice picture of you.
Lovely, very, very good. He did well getting you, didn't he? Punching above his weight, isn't he?
He really was.
Oh, no, I think we're a good team. We're a good team.
Okay.
You are, and you're doing a
Well, you have to be
job.
a team, Christine, now. You have to be, haven't you?
We have to be, and I genuinely believe the pair, you know, the pair of us and the twins and Felicity, we're a unit together. We all have our role, we all have our part, you know, but we are a team and we'll do it together. We're on this journey together, you know, we're always going to be there.
And I know there are a lot of people who want to thank you for talking about it, both of you and you, Paddy, at home, because it does raise awareness every time it's discussed, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, and I do believe that is all they need. We're not looking for a cure. Our children don't need to be fixed.
No.
You know, I've just got to say, my twins are absolute superstars. Like, they are amazing, they're stunning, and all they need is understanding from other people.